I mean, we're very busy. We're, we homeschool, we're in sports, we're in piano and things like that. So, I mean, we're pretty typical as far as trying to fit it in, just like everybody else is. We do what we can. So I'm like most moms. Sometimes it's hard to, because it's like in the moment. Oh, you want to help? Well, mom is really trying to hurry it up and get dinner on the table at a certain time. Really, I just wanted to work on life skills. I mean, that was my ultimate goal. You're around lots of people and you observe the world and you think, man, they're not really ready to be out in the world. And you kind of think back to your kids and you're like, how can I combat that? And prepare them to launch well. And I don't mean that as a judgmental thing, but we observe the world and we see things that we don't like, and we want to change that for our kids. And so we have big educational goals for our kids, but we also were like, they need some life skills. We want to make sure that they are good husbands. I want them to be able to do things, immediately when they leave our house, with college and things like that. But also, the ultimate goal is for them to be functioning adults in the world. So that's our biggest goal, is life skills.
Some people have trouble with that, like, long-term vision, but I know a little about your story, and I know that you've actually seen some benefits in the short term. Can you tell us about that?
I guess the most recent that has shown me the biggest benefit was just the past 9 months. I got pregnant, and when I'm pregnant, I have hyperemesis, which is just debilitating sickness. It's not normal morning sickness. I was in the hospital. I had to get IV fluids and, all of that stuff. So, basically, as soon as I take a pregnancy test and start throwing up, Mama's done. Mama is in bed for, the rest of the time. And then I developed something else in my pregnancy called SPD. There would be just extreme, excruciating pain. It feels like your pelvis is breaking, basically. I couldn't walk. I mean, I eventually had to go to physical therapy and wear a brace and use a cane just to walk from my bed to the bathroom. The weekend that I took my pregnancy test, my husband actually tore his bicep and needed to have surgery to reattach that. So then he had surgery and physical therapy to do that. Plus, I was sick. And mind you, we still homeschool and we still have piano lessons and we still are in sports. And we've gone through a crazy season, and it's just been, chaos and crisis after crisis. And, people are like, good grief, Sarah, how are you making it? And I'm like, honestly, it's because I have put in so much time training my kids. People have offered to come help, and well, do you need somebody to come do your laundry? And I'm like, well, actually, my kids can do laundry. We put in the work and train them all along with different things. We started very early with our kids, with chores, and if it were not for my kids, we would not have been able to function. I was not cooking. My husband could, but then when he was hurt, he couldn't. So he was doing a lot of supervising while the kids were doing things in the kitchen. And we made a list of here are the things you guys can eat. Here are the things Mommy will make sure that she has these things in the cabinet. Thank the Lord for grocery delivery and grocery pickup. As far as like breakfast, they could do oatmeal. My youngest doesn't really like oatmeal, so he prefers like eggs and egg sandwiches. He's 8. He would make muffins. As far as like lunches, they would cut fruit and vegetables with dip. They would do, sandwiches. Or they would do other things like kind of like a little appetizer platter. As far as like dinner, we do easy things like tacos because they could brown meat, and we use homemade taco seasoning. So, that they helped with measuring out the taco seasoning. So I made a list of kind of some survival mode, really easy meals like tacos. Some of it was, spaghetti, you know, easy stuff. It's you feel bad because it's like, oh, we're doing tacos again. I mean,
Yeah, but
which
they
my
love
kids
it.
they love it. But as far as oh, we do the best we can at this point
And
when
we
you're in
have to
survival mode.
applaud, yeah, you were in survival mode for 9 months, and we have to applaud the fact that they were cutting up fruits and vegetables too. I mean, you were getting your food groups covered, and I don't think it
Yeah.
matters, in what
Well, that
way.
was that was the thing. I was like, okay, I mean, we did have our fair share of takeout, but it was like, okay, they need to eat healthier. We need to make sure that we're getting some basic things in here. Okay, Asher, your job is to make salads. Or can you cut up some fruit for fruit salad because they love fruit salad, and so like they each have their little thing, and during when we were cooking dinner that they could help with.
Do you have parents in town who are hovering, or?
No, I
No, it didn't
I
sound
don't
like it.
I don't have that at all. They're not here. I mean, my husband's has some family that is here, and we do lean on them when we can. His particularly his grandmother, but she is elderly, and really she just kind of watches the kids when we need to go to a doctor's appointment. We
Yeah.
did have friends who started the meal train. We're so thankful for the month of meals that people did for us, but not everybody has that.
Mm-hmm.
So you really need to be prepared. You know, we talk about the family culture and just kind of, this is what families have to do to help each other, and we love each other well, and we serve each other, and that's just part of being a family.
I think, the biggest point in the story is we never know really when crisis will hit and when the kids will need to step up. And what a joy and blessing that yours were ready. The
I
fact
mean,
that they could and they did is the bottom
yeah,
line. And you did not sink. You kept that little nose sticking out above water.
yeah.